We're already laughing. And we already did about a half hour of radio.
Oh, that's it. It wasn't on the air, but I'm actually putting it towards our day.
We should.
So, whatever happens.
Sam, take that off the clock. We get to go home early. We did 15 minutes of radio for ourselves.
Doesn't work.
Well, it doesn't say who we have to do the radio for in our contract. We have to do 4 hours of radio. Well, so me, Anthony, and Ron Bennington have already done 15 minutes.
The Iron Man of radio right here now.
Look at him. We have trashed every motherfucker down the hall there possibly is. We went over them piece by piece. It's so awful because we don't see each other a lot because of Sam. And
the in-between guy.
Someone's got to do radio the entire time we're not.
Mr. In-Between.
There used to be something called a crossover.
Yeah,
and
he's the crossover.
And the guys here at SiriusXM don't understand that concept. No. They don't understand that maybe they should move Ron and Fez down, or maybe we start a little later, and maybe
later.
Something where we attach the two shows and do what's called a crossover.
Well, they know that if it was that, we would, either show, one or the other would ask, like, hey, if I'm doing an extra hour, you got to compensate me.
Right.
But Sam Roberts, on the other hand, is the freebie. They could just throw him in any channel, any station, any format. It's free radio for them.
I think this is the first time we've seen Ron Bennington in, I would guess, 3 months.
I called him Fez when he first walked in. I didn't even know. I was like, is that the guy? Or is that the other guy?
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, Ronnie's.
Fez, thank you.
You would think we would see each other a lot, considering that Ron and Fez are the next show after ours.
Here's the difference, though. Because of the hours that you work, you guys leave here like the walking wounded. Like when I even see you guys in the hall, I feel awful. It's like guys coming back from Nam. You got that look in your face like I could never understand
the
what you've been
replacements
through.
look at us walking down the hallway and go like, wait a minute, what happened to them? They don't look good.
Ronnie's trying to say hi to us, and all we see is the helicopter. Get us the fuck out of here.
Get me in the chopper.
Right.
Oh, this place will break you down, though.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why this place breaks me down. Like, I try to figure it out because I just told you guys, I really do still like doing radio.
Yeah.
I just don't like this place.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what it is.
It's like this. It's like if someone came into heaven and took a giant shit on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, you know it should be perfect.
Right.
And you should not hear stuff like time spent listening.
Right.
You know, what the fuck are you talking about?
Because I think every person in this building tried to do a radio show. Then they failed, and then they have to still be part of this.
Right.
Like, if you fail at doing your own radio show, you should not be allowed in this building.
Could you imagine, like, meeting some young guys now and be interested in their show and want to go over it with them and talk about things? It really comes down to you either can do it or you can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like Louis C.K. goes and talks to a comedy manager after his set. Right. You know, like, it just doesn't exist in regular places.
Ronnie's brilliant. Just for the people that don't know the business, like, when you're coming up, you have to do what's called air check sessions with a program director, and you sit there like, and then they pick apart 5 minutes of your radio show, and maybe you're off for that dumb 5 minutes, and you're right. If you either know how to do it or you don't. You know, it was a complete waste of time, and we had to do it with our general manager because we didn't have a program director.
He wasn't even a guy that knew anything about radio.
Right.
He was the business guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he still felt the need to say to people.
Dude, he stopped the cassette, because it was cassettes back then, every 5 to 10 seconds.
It's a Victrola.
Yeah.
Lifted the needle.
And then he's like trying to...
Winchester Cathedral!
Now listen to your crossover here.
Yowzy yowz, everybody!
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Flash. The Opie and Anthony Show, Flash. Here we are, the Opie and Anthony Show from the great ballroom here at SiriusXM Satellite Radio.
And then the guy would go, the general manager at the time, he would go, he would try to explain how he could do that 5 seconds better. Yeah, and I would look at him like, really? But we're never going to do that again. And we're like a talk show, so we're never going to do that.
It'll never happen,
right?
And when you're on for 4 hours, for them to pick apart a 10-second thing you said, now your delivery on that should have been. This was a throwaway. It's me.
Right.
It's called me talking.
Yeah.
How about I critique the conversation you're having with me right now? It doesn't work.
It's really
that's what it is.
You're asking someone to live a better life somehow.
Yes.
And this is what I do worry about is like when you die, there's someone there to go back over your life with you.
like a life air check. Yeah.
And they're like, why didn't you just pull it out then? Maybe squirt it on her tits. Like, I was really fucked up at the time.
I don't know.
You could have done that a little better. Oh boy!
You know, you're not in my shoes. You don't know.
They don't do air checks anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Of course
no
they
way.
do.
Who does?
No way.
Who does air checks?
The music jocks. For instance, people on Hits 1.
Hits 1 they have to do air checks?
I do. I have to do air checks.
Do they realize no one listens to what they're saying? They just want to hear the stupid songs?
It's true.
You know what really sucks, too? As an on-air talent, you can't just take the tape, go, and say, I don't know what happened. It didn't record.
What happened.
Well,
it ate the tape, and that whole show is now gone forever.
Ronnie knows the tricks of the trade. Back in the day, you had your cassette, and remember, every time the mic turned on, it would hit record. You had to fucking rewind. I would go in the
record over your shit.
Oh, I would put on a long Led Zeppelin song because I needed to give them an hour. And then I'd go in production, I'd rewind the tape, and then put it back into the recording machine.
Sam, is this like hearing about World War II?
I don't even know what
this is just old stuff, right?
Because like you were saying, when you have a shitty break, so you don't need some asshole to tell you.
Yeah.
So I would just give them a solid air check every time. They thought I was
this guy's
brilliant.
great.
They thought I was brilliant.
Is good.
The fucking great thing though is as soon as you get any ratings, you fucking turn the tables so bad that you hate every PD who comes in after that.
Right.
And like you're kind of after you get any ratings at all, that guy is your bitch. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you just, where are our T-shirts? What the fuck do you do here? What do you do here?
That is true.
But
You're just like you look at papers and you're throwing his shit off.
But you're a nice guy up until that
Yeah.
point.
Up until then, you're like, hey, I just want to be in this business.
Whatever you need,
This
man.
is great.
You need me to
This
work
is
weekends?
great.
I'll work weekends.
Love this place.
The second, we fucking turn things, we get a new PD, and we fucking treated him so bad that one time we were at a live gig, and I made him hold on to my belt loop wherever we went. At the gig, he had to follow me around in front of the listeners like a bitch, because I saw it on Scared Straight. So I'm like, get my fucking belt loop!
Give me your shoes. Give me your shoes.
He's just taking them off.
You do start treating them like a bitch, though. The second you get any, because that's the only power you have in radio are the ratings. At least back in what I call the day.
I disliked every PD I've ever worked for.
Yeah.
I liked the first one, and after that, I was fucking. I hated the rest of it.
Done?
But this guy, as soon as we got ratings, the guy, his wife was Mexican American, and all the time we're like, how are things in the barrio? Huh? Where is she? He's like just trying to get along. And the weird thing is like he had came there from like LA, so he at one time felt good about himself, and now he's just like, where do you come in by donkey? What do you fucking do here? What do you do?
And they want to fire you so bad.
Yeah, they just hate you.
But you're the king of ratings,
and
so
they're the
they can't
in-between
touch
guys, so they can't
Right.
even fire you. They could suggest you be fired, but if you're doing well, that's your only power. And I think that's why you turn it around and start beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, none of these knuckleheads around here can fire us.
No,
none. There's not one guy,
The guy
here that can
upstairs,
fire us.
Mr. Karmazin.
Speaking of which,
pretty much it.
Tell Greenstein there was pee on the fucking toilet seats again today. I want that fucking.
He's got to go in there with some paper
What do
towels.
you mean it's not his job? I don't know what he does. I haven't seen him in 3 months.
Some Opie quicker picker upper paper towels and
Tell him there's some urine on the fucking toilet seats again. I want to sit down nice every morning.
No, he is
tell
busy.
Greenstein.
He just started a new radio station here with his tailor, and things are popping.
Yeah. It's just amazing.
But Ronnie,
like we can't get. Sometimes we can't get guests because they're busy back in his office having a conversation with him.
I think Rolling Stones, the Rolling Stones had a song about that. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Which one's that? Wait a minute. Let me think.
Let
me think.
I can't say this one. I'm brave.
Ronnie
I'm not
knows.
this brave. I'll write it down for fucking Ronnie though.
Oh, that's the one you can never play on the radio, but Opie decided to play it once on the radio.
Yeah.
Now, yes, you're absolutely.
Well,
Evan from Connecticut.
It was part of the Pick Your Stones weekend up there in Buffalo, where we had callers call in, and you could pick whatever Rolling Stones song you want, and they picked that one, and I never heard the song before.
Well, couldn't you just went by the title and thought this isn't going to fly?
I think, Ronnie, if you know your Rolling Stones, I think the song is actually that. Okay. Well, we're talking about a song called Star.
Star.
That has the word fuck and fucker probably 200 times in it.
Well, you're being very vague now.
Where's this going? Where's this going?
Yeah.
Well, where it's going is, so someone picks the song up in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. I start the record, and my intro was, "Oh, what a great song this is." And then I turned down the monitor because I was flirting with some girl on the phone. And they're playing this at a promotion, some kind of car show, with the speakers on the van. Jesus. And it's just cranking through the whole fucking thing.
Did you start hearing it and be like, hey, what are they playing? Shit, that's me.
What happened, and I believe his name is Mike Benson, was the jock that had to be on the scene. He calls the hotline, and I'm like, wow, that's weird. Why is the hotline fucking ringing? Oh, hold on, babe. Hold on.
Yeah.
And I pick up the phone, and he's like, do you know what the fuck you're doing? And I turned up the monitor, and next thing you know, I almost fucking,
thought that was the end of your career.
Oh,
huh?
yeah. I had
the first of many thought that was the end of the careers.
I had to kiss some major ass with the general manager at the time to save my job. But we were under the radar, so it was never an FCC complaint.
Even though you knew like you were wrong and you were saying, yeah, I fucked up, did he just keep going, why did you do that? Because it's something big that they can yell at. You gave him a reason.
I pleaded. I said I'd never heard this song before. It's Pick Your Stones weekend. I figure, what the hell? I didn't know the Rolling Stones cursed like that.
Pre-listen to the music before you blah. I suck. I know nothing about it.
Hey, what is a better fucking gig to them? Pick Your Stones weekend. How about a little creativity, you fucks? Give us something to work with.
Well, it was 20 years ago.
Pick Your Stones weekend.
What was your worst fuck up on the air? That was probably my worst fuck up on regular radio. Well,
my worst fuck up.
Actually, we might have had another one.
Well, yeah, later on in talk radio, I think we had a couple.
My worst fuck up ever is, hey Fez, why don't you just move into that chair? And I'm just saying to somebody who's sobbing right now, Roosevelt Island. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
He was peeking around the corner when we were asking you to do our show.
Was he?
And then I'm like, how do I handle this? I like Fez, but I like different looks. I wanted the Opie Anthony Ron look today.
Yeah, why not? Right?
They call it the Orr Show.
We saw him as we were pulling out of the garage yesterday. Doing his laps around the building. We saw him doing his laps. It was, it's like, oh, there's Fez.
We were doing Mystery Science Theater.
And it was, him walking.
We were doing Mystery Science
and
Theater.
I think someone in the vehicle at the time might have, as he walks past us, go, look. Fear, anxiety, what's going on? Look at the road, look at the building, what's happening? Something's falling on me. There's got to be a piano over my head. There's change on the ground. My father, give me change.
We were we had his dialogue.
It's not the most confident walk. It's all hunched over.
It's not
something is about. He walks like something is about to happen any second.
You wouldn't. It's like a chihuahua before an earthquake. It's not this confident strut. You wouldn't call it a strut.
No, you wonder why he doesn't get mugged a lot in New York, because he looks like a victim.
He probably looks too much like a cop trying to get mugged, because you look and go, no one actually walks like that.
Right, that's true.
It's got to be.
Well, he does his laps before the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah.
So
he gets himself together.
But he is concerned. And plus, it takes a lot to get him into that elevator. It's like a "what about Bob" moment for him every single day. Right. Baby steps to get in the elevator.
I love "What About Bob," by the way, a movie people don't talk about.
After that woman got killed in the elevator recently, we actually said, like, oh my God, what are they going to do? How are they getting him upstairs? Right. That had to be one of those things where he just did not want to get in an elevator.
You have to take the time and have a ride with him, because it's unbelievable. Because it's like being in a Piper Cup with a storm.
Yeah.
Like, you notice that there's fucking sounds in the elevator? Because I never do, but he hears them.
He hears every little...
them. For him, it's screws popping out of the bottom. He just hears it.
It's the cable going... Ping, ping, ping,
yeah. Ping, ping. But I have been like, you guys don't do it because no one would come to work when you do. But we have, a bunch of other floors, so sometimes you get on the elevator with a lot of people.
It's got to stop.
And he has to be in a certain part of the elevator or else it'll crash.
The safe place.
Yeah. So he's back holding on, so when the floor falls out, he's going to be able to hold on to those bars.
Oh, my God.
So I looked through, like 8 to 10 people at him one day, and I just see him sobbing in the middle of
Oh my God.
with a bunch of other people.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like saying to people next to me, I go, "What's with her? She's fucking losing her shit over there."
Oh, poor Fez.
That's hilarious.
That sounds like hell on earth.
But even if the floor dropped out, do you think he'd be able to hold on and suck it up in a die-hard moment, really, where it's, he's got to crawl through the ceiling? What's he going to do?
Not unless he's been working on his tries lately.
Yeah, that's like a that's a tricep exercise.
That's a tricep exercise.
To hold on while the floor gives away, and you're holding on to the rail in the back of the elevator. Yeah, that's a big one.
Kevin from Connecticut, the Rolling Stones song Star Star features the word fuck 59 times. He just counted it.
Wow.
There you go. Thank God. What is it? 60 is the FCC complaint?
Yeah,
that's it. After
you're
60,
fine.
it's like,
Absolutely.
come on.
So you just skated.
Ronnie was telling us, speaking of music, there was a buzz in the hallway yesterday.
Oh, God.
There's a buzz in the hallway.
What year is this?
Well, there's a lot of talk because the new Springsteen album has got everybody thrilled here.
And by everybody, you mean Roland.
Well, this is the sad thing, and this is because of you guys. Everybody was invited to the listening party, but Roland.
Oh, shit.
Roland said, "Can I go to the list?" Yeah.
What?
Can I go to the listening
Why
party?
do they fucking do this to him?
There was a whole management. Everybody was at this long table, and they were all listening to the new Bruce.
Why bring the one guy that knows everything about Bruce Springsteen?
And Roland was sitting in the office while it was happening.
They wouldn't invite him?
He knew what they were doing, too.
You understand every fifth word Roland says.
Why did they actually be thinking Bruce Springsteen?
Who was in there that shouldn't have been in there?
All upper management was in
Well,
there.
they shouldn't be in there. What do they know about music?
One person said that he enjoyed watching them through the glass window because of all the forced head nodding that was happening.
It was the old school, it was like they were on quick hooks, like, fuck yeah. Just pulling at their hair, very short hair now. Oh.
Was someone playing air drums at the table, too? Like, yeah, this is great.
Oh, I used to hate sitting in those sessions. We gotta find a single off this album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our job today, man.
Did you ever pick one? Were you ever the guy who came through?
Not officially.
I only did it
don't think
once.
so. Really?
I only did it once, and it was "Sweet Child of Mine."
A little song called
Sweet Child of
And I
Mine.
said to Charlie Logan, I go, "We're on the wrong fucking song, dude. Let's go over, turn it. Sweet Child of Mine."
What song were they thinking?
I don't know, Mr. Brownstone or Welcome to the Jungle. At the time, everything was changing. It was a game changer, as we like to say.
It was a game changer.
And you picked the Sweet Child of Mine.
I picked the Sweet Child of Mine, and never again, again was I ever able to say, "Hey, this is the hit."
Boy, the next one, you must have been very confident.
Oh yeah,
Thinking, I can do this.
This is, I love talking about old radio with Ronnie because this goes back to when program directors actually picked their own music for their own station. And then you fast forward a few years, and then it was literally 5 guys across the country picking the music for every single radio station.
KRQ in L.A.
Right.
Oedipus was a guy.
Yeah, K-Rock in L.A. is playing this, so we gotta. PCN's playing this, so we gotta.
Yeah, that's the real pussies that would do that.
Right,
Just try to piggyback on somebody else's ear.
That's when the business started becoming shit, and that's when you had to start talking for a living, or you were going to be fucked over.
And this is also the part of business that Sam knows was record guys that would fucking take you to the best steakhouse, fucking
on the strip clubs,
right? So
maybe
a few bumps in the bathroom,
maybe a hooker here and there.
Yeah,
we always used to say this one doesn't smell like a hit. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but give it a listen. I don't know, you do that thing of
give it another
sniff. Only an album in here. It seems a little light to get airplay. Might have to day party.
Day party. Holy shit! Remember Day Party? Then,
wow.
Then some songs were.
We've been in this a while.
Then some songs were fucking too rockin'. I'm just dumbing it down for people. Were too fucking rock and roll for like middays, so they would day party, meaning. You had to start playing it at 6 or 7 o'clock at night.
Night guy.
And then if you were the asshole that said fuck that and played it earlier, all hell would break loose.
What are you doing?
And it was really stuff like Metallica would be like, "Oh, you can't play that during the day.
Yeah.
That's nighttime. That's for the fucking
people are in their office now.
Right.
They're working. They can't listen to that.
Right. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like
and
you were gonna fuck up what was called workplace listening. Workplace listening. Right.
I hear guitar.
You know what? I want to write a book, but we should write a book, like a bunch of us.
And we'll call it "No One Cares But Us." It's going to be the name of it. Because there are guys that have tried to do that, like when they'll write the old NEW book, or we were Freeform Radio book.
Yeah, but they put the rose-colored glasses on.
Right. But every jock buys it, and that's about it. Because no one else gives a shit. Because Earl buys a copy.
Yeah, because
this is fascinating.
Because they romanticize it.
Yeah.
All those asshole old jocks that think it still matters what music you're playing during your show.
Are there really people like that left at this point?
Yes.
That actually think the same way you had to think back in '85, the PLJ and NEW days.
Yeah, they're down there.
They're
still
down the
hall.
They're down the hall. Hoping that's
rocking
coming
to
back.
the new Bruce song and say, hey, where are we going to put this?
So the hallways were a buzz because of Bruce Springsteen?
Everyone,
like Ronnie said, I don't want to. He's put out 17 albums now.
Everyone who's a boss here,
and by a boss,
everybody who's management here.
Oh,
that's what I meant.
Bruce.
Loves Bruce Springsteen.
And what is that going to do for the company? They're trying to get him in here, right?
Yeah.
Can we put something out, a sticker or some shirts? We need something that ties us together. We want to own Bruce. Sirius XM needs to own Bruce.
By the way, do we have
shut up.
Do we have a shredder in this joint? Because we're all writing notes. I'm stuffing my pocket with notes already.
I just decided not to write my down for that exact
reason. Secret notes going back and forth.
And I'm making the J. And like, who's listening?
My starfucker notes going in my pocket. No one's finding out.
There are notes written on napkins. This is like a fucking CIA meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, but what are they going to do with the Springsteen? They were just trying to. Isn't there a single that the?
Yeah, I mean, we played the single.
What is it? It's called "Dancing in the Dark" too.
Yeah,
it's fucking really good.
I think we played it yesterday. It just
is it back into the tunnel of love?
Yes.
I like when they do that.
Yes,
like back into hell.
Right,
bat out of hell. I love that.
This is Born to Rest. It's just. Well, I don't know whether he has a new song, but he's talking about New Orleans like it just fucking happened.
Really?
Like, what are we going to do?
What?
To those people?
What happened? That's ancient history now.
Yeah,
what happened?
We're running against Bush again. There's no Obama.
In this song, is he going to make believe he's a working class guy again?
Yeah, back in Jersey.
A blue-collar guy.
I'm in Asbury Park, Wendy.
Let's all ignore that.
Are you still?
Let's all ignore that he's in a $20 million mansion somewhere in Jersey that he can't even find on Google Maps.
Well, the maids didn't show up and my parlor's dirty. And someone took a billiard ball off the table.
What's so important? What's so important? Your notebook has to stay in front of you.
Look at him. He's got his notes. What are you taking
doing?
notes, Sam?
I write down what happens on the show.
What? Just write nothing.
It's the exact opposite of radio, what you're doing right now.
You're school. You're going to be. He's going to write a tell-all book, this motherfucker.
Yeah, you know he is.
Bad shit about Opie, he's going to call it. This is like fucking Newt's ex-wife.
Yeah. She's going to fuck us eventually.
With all the guys that got fired from regular radio, I'm just amazed that these are the people that survived. I'm amazed.
They're the cockroach.
You know how many really talented radio guys are on beaches right now?
You know how delicate the praying mantis
Holy
is?
fuck.
They're delicate. The cockroach, on the other hand, they live through anything. That's what they are down there. The cockroach. We are the last bastion of praying mantis. Mm-hmm. Elegant, graceful, amazing.
So the Springsteen album, huh? So their whole goal is to get Springsteen to do an hour in the fishbowl?
Well, they're also just, like, that's the one guy they're legitimate fans of.
Yeah, but who cares?
So they go crazy for him.
What about Southside Johnny? They don't fucking have any time for him?
Are the Asbury Jukes still
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're still rocking, right?
Played a bar next to my house last night.
We're having a party.
Turn it down!
320 pounds.
To sleep.
But now they got to do having a party on a much lower volume.
Hey, everybody who knows, maybe tonight Bruce will stop in.
Oh, no.
Did he stop in one time?
Yeah.
They promote it as and special guests.
And tell Ronnie.
Oh, I heard Bruce is showing up.
Tell Ronnie Sir Morgan's Cove. The Sir Morgan's Cove story.
Oh, that was the one with the AAF. They were
because you just brought back a memory.
This venue was famous in Worcester, Mass. For they would have bands and stuff like that, local Worcester guys, and then occasionally they'd have
the place.
Every
city
whatever.
has one.
Every city's got one of these, and they would promote, hey, this is where the Rolling Stones play. The Stones played.
And it was one of those weird things that happened where the Stones dropped in for whatever reason.
In 1983,
if that,
I think it was, maybe. And they were still promoting it like, hey, this is where
every commercial.
This is where the Stones played. Just continuing to try. It's like when a comic has their fucking credits on.
Right.
As heard on the Arsenio Hall show. Wow, yeah, he cracked Jack Parr up.
Like the Stones were going to show up again, and every other big band coming through was
special secret guest this evening.
Right.
Whoa,
they would hint that maybe
is this Soft White Underbelly? Right. I hear Soft White Underbelly's playing. It's Blue Oyster Cult. It's Blue Oyster Cult. I remember when Blue Oyster Cult played in Huntington, and I was like, "Wow, this is cool." They're playing that place right down the street from
was it Sparks?
The restaurant there from Riley's.
Okay, yeah.
That place, it was the theater, the old 99-cent theater. Right. And they were playing there, and I was all psyched, like, yeah, I'm going to see Blue Oyster Cult. And it was well after they had peaked with, Don't Fear the Reaper. And I went in there, and I could carry on a normal conversation with the person next to me right in the middle of ME 262. Five guitar armies going on, and I'm sitting there going, wow, they really have turned it down, haven't they? Yes, they have.
The 5 guitar army.
I'm like, what happened? This should be blowing my ears out. Everyone's sitting. That's when you realize, I think I'm getting up there.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting up there.
By the way, they're still playing local gigs.
Oh, I know. You know when I really knew it was over? When they actually asked my brother to play bass guitar. It was like, literally, my brother met with Buck Dharma,
well, your brother's
Eric
talented.
Bloom.
He's a talented guy.
He's a talented guy, but there are many talented guys that don't get the chance to sit there, audition, and get the gig with Blue Oyster Cult. And it's like,
It's one thing like to have a childhood dream, but it should never really come true.
It shouldn't come true. It should never really come true. We used to fucking listen to Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune, and we'd listen to this shit and just be like, this is the best, we're rocking it. And then fast forward, and there's Joe with the guys going, yeah, I know that one.
Right.
Why didn't he get the gig?
What?
Why didn't he get the gig?
He was too tall.
No.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Well, those guys
Joe
are
was
really short.
They are they are like
5'6".
Three Stooges small. They are very short guys.
I had no idea this.
And Joe was much too tall to be the bass player.
They
in the
actually
back
called him and
tower
said that
over.
to him?
They love him. They still love him. Like Joe fucking hangs out with him.
So how about they make like a little stage thing?
Oh, put him in a ditch, like
put him in a little ditch,
or they could stand on boxes like the black guy from Green Mile. Yeah, nah. But he was too tall for the gig.
Wow.
Yeah. He knew he's been playing the shit forever. He knew every song. Yeah. But that's when I knew, though. I was like, wait a minute. Blue Oyster Cult is
right
on a high. Oh, here's this.
Wait, what's this,
Where's
Sam?
Blue Oyster Cult playing?
No, this is...
Oh, I thought you had their dates.
What's this?
This is in Worcester, right? The Lucky Dog?
Is that the old Sir Morgan's Cove?
It must be, because there's a...
How do you change the name? No, there's a Rolling Stones link.
There's a link right on the side that says Rolling Stones. And then it says, in 1981, the Rolling Stones played a surprise concert at the Lucky Dog.
Are you shitting me?
At the Lucky Dog Music Hall, at the time, Sir Morgan's Cove.
Oh, wow. They're still doing it. We've been out of Boston for, I don't even know now.
There's the pics, Mick. And this was back when he was wearing football pants. Remember that what was the one tour, the Tattoo tour, where he, for some reason, acted like he was fucking Joe Montana?
You know why? He was turning 40.
Oh, is that right?
And it was a big deal. People were like, holy fuck, Mick Jagger's 40.
Can he still rock
He's
that
done.
old?
This guy's done. He only has a year or two left in his career. No one goes past 40 in rock and roll.
31 fucking years
and
ago.
they're thinking about going on tour again to celebrate 50 years, I
And
think.
they'll fucking sell it out.
Yep.
They will sell it out.
But
I remember the football pants days.
Do you realize from the time that the Stones played there till now,
right?
If you went from then backwards, it was before the Stones were even fucking together.
Well, you're talking about 1951.
51.
50.
You could vividly remember Hitler.
49.
Vividly remember Hitler.
Sure. Hitler, they were closer to Hitler than you are to 9/11.
Right,
That's how.
Closer
People are still
to
having
Hitler.
fucking Hitler anxieties. Like, I don't want it to happen again. You know, I don't like to be in a cramped room.
Exactly.
Look, that's all fun until you start doing it with your age. I'm closer to 60 than 30.
I'm closer to dead than I was fucking fifth grade.
Yeah, the middle age thing is a lie. First of all, did you even expect to be this old?
Nah,
I was
never
shocked. I was shocked at 21. How did this happen to me?
I used to do the math like when I was, honestly, when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, I'd be like, when I'm like 40 and you get up there and realize what year it is, and you just expect Jetsons like,
sure,
cars are going to be flying by. We're all in Mylar suits.
eating pills and nothing else.
Yes,
Is a little
exactly. And then you get that age, and you look around, and there's still telephone poles and cars, and people are
It's
still
the
assholes.
same.
We're not
It's the fucking
Vulcans.
same.
We have emotion. What
We got
happened?
tablets.
Well, we do
tablets.
have the iPod and the iTouch and the iPad
and now Apple's saying that textbooks are going to go away.
what?
Yeah, it came
That's
out yesterday.
preposterous.
They're taking out the textbook.
Did you hear that on
industry.
Book Radio?
I heard
Where'd
it
you
on
hear
Book
that?
Radio.
Book
Yeah.
Radio?
They're done. They're fucking
just
panicking
done.
over there.
They don't know what to do. They're having a meeting down the hall. They don't know what to do.
No, I mean it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, but to go back to the music thing that's so weird is the fact that we still pay attention to music from 1967, which is well over 40 years ago.
Wow, yeah.
But people in 67 were not listening to music from the 20s and still talking about it.
Yes.
That would just be gone. Like, even like in 67, they weren't talking about the 50s.
Right.
Like Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis couldn't find work.
Right.
Done.
You know?
Yeah, it was
Because
all
we were all programmed. Because that's all radio played over and over again.
But it's just it's a mindset.
But
too.
what
It's like
happened?
some weird thing.
But if you think about it, I'm trying to think what year. Like from 19, let's call it 90 to maybe the turn of the century. All those artists and those songs, they're not being played anywhere. You know what I mean?
So the 90s are gone, but the 60s and 70s are still
That's
here.
what's weird.
How does that work?
If I go back to Long Island and I turn on BAB, they're still playing the exact same fucking playlist than when I was there well over 20 years ago.
It's like a Twilight Zone.
That's weird. But
That is
all the
strange.
stuff that kind of came out 90 and after, they'll pick maybe just
Pearl
a
Jam.
couple.
Pearl Jam
Just
gets to stay.
Yeah, they get to stay. Maybe a little Nirvana, maybe a little Alice in Chains. But all those other bands that were doing all right in that era, there's no place for them.
Do you
That's
remember-
why. That's why Sirius XM. The one thing they did do right was the classic rewind. All those fucking groups and songs that kind of fell through the cracks.
Do you remember though? I remember growing up when the oldies station was nothing but ba 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 bang dang 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 for years, and then all of a sudden it turned into like fucking 70s and 80s music.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you can't find fucking ba 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 ba.
Why
that's done
why
on
would you
regular
wanna
radio.
find that?
But that's just it. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
it's done. But it was there for years, for decades.
And you stole the records, right? When you moved into radio,
Yeah, fuck.
go to the
Records
local
were
record
easy.
guy,
And
he would ignore that it was stamped with the radio
or
station's
have the
logo.
little slice in it and
Yeah,
shit.
he's like,
But there would always be a guy that you could just sell it to, and then he'd take it to flea markets.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
give me
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
The flea market, another
Right.
thing that's just done.
Oh, we pilfered the fucking music office and got all
Yeah.
the fucking rare shit and brought it down.
Oh, the Springsteen.
the prizes that were supposed to be given out to listeners.
Oh, then when
Fuck that.
Then when
That's why
box-
you get nothing good. We took all the good shit.
then when box sets came around, I
Yeah,
was in
yeah.
heaven,
Yeah.
man. You could get a nice chunk of change for
Did-
some box
Yeah.
sets.
Did you guys ever used to rig the
prize closet?
but the contest and shit?
The
'Cause
contest?
We would always do the thing. And the trip to Ireland to see you two goes to my Coke dealer. My Coke dealer picks it up. And like,
Wow,
And I
really?
still
Yeah.
owe him $2,000.
yeah.
You know what? I think I was always too scared to do that
No.
one.
That's a biggie.
That's a biggie.
Yeah.
Somebody taught me the angles right away. And I mean, like, I was in the business a week before we were in a fucking titty bar and we're making a deal from, dude, you can go see the fucking Who. I'm telling you right now.
Wow.
You can go see the Who in London.
Wow,
And
really?
I'm like, oh.
You got
all
me on
right.
that one. I never did that.
Wow.
Maybe
Yeah.
a dumb local
You
ticket
know,
here and there, but
the whole thing was you're pulling out of the. You know, you always faked it so you get the right demo.
Right.
Why not even take it a little further?
Just take it a little further. Come on. You put your time in.
wow, really?
Yeah.
God bless you.
No fucking legitimate person ever won anything. If you heard somebody win something on our show, they were a fucking creep.
Everyone just looked
That's
the other
fantastic.
way. Well, they didn't check on.
They won't-
who-
why
they
would
didn't check
they
on the
think-
winners.
No.
Why
Right.
would they care?
All right,
Yeah.
they would just mail the fucking tickets to
Yeah.
Ireland to the guy. They didn't even. You didn't even have to come into the station.
No.
We should break.
All right.
We might do some new stuff like Newt Gingrich shit.
Oh, yeah, his big appearance in that debate last night.
And Obama singing
He was
Al
very
Green.
mad.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
That's
he
great.
was at
And
the
then-
Apollo.
And then the rape contest all coming up next.
Oh, are you talking about our run around the park?
Parker there.
Who knows?
That was a good one too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I really thought I could get that going.
You know,
Still can, dude.
fucking
Still
management.
can, believe.
Man. Oh, he's against us, man.
And they sat us down. I'm like, no, the contest is called Run Around Park for Erin.
Right, it's rape fee.
But we had a girl that was willing to do this. She was.
Yeah.
We were going to set her. I have to explain now.
Yeah.
Set her loose in Central Park. First listener to rip off like a touch football type flag off her body wins the contest.
Yeah, it wasn't like real rape. It was virtual rape.
It was Run Around Park for Erin.
Virtual rape.
They thought we were insane. I guess we are. Whatever.